Hi, kindergarten team. So you've just watched a video of Jalea being assessed using the kindergarten spelling inventory, which we have right here. Now I want to walk you through the scoring process. So beginning with page 11 of the packet you received in your box, kindergarten spelling inventory, we want to take a look here first at things that we can do to get the class ready. Children probably already know from your instruction, especially during dictation, the idea of spelling the best they can, but that is something that you want to prepare them for. You'll be asking students to spell only 5 words. You should not pre-teach these words and do not have them displayed because that will invalidate the goal of finding out what your students truly know about phonics and spelling. Most teachers do find this easiest to administer in small groups. Manila folders can provide a screen so that students cannot see each other's papers. As you saw in the video, you're going to model the word mat as a practice item. You can read more about that here in this 4th bullet on page 11. And then another tip, point out the picture of the word as you dictate it. As you're observing the student's writing, if you're not sure about the intended letter due to poor letter formation, just ask the student what they intended and score according to that. Okay, so here are the instructions. This is pretty much dictated word for word, so you can look at this in advance. You can stay as close to it as you feel you need to do this comfortably. All right, let's look at page 12 here.
Okay.
Now, this gets into exactly what you're going to say as you give the kids the 5 words on the spelling assessment. And then we'll look at scoring. So basically, what we're scoring are the phonetically acceptable letter sound matches. We want to know whether the students are able to segment individual phonemes and choose a logical letter to represent each one. So as you will see, there may be more than one correct representation that a student can get a point for. For example, B and P would both be acceptable because they're basically articulated the same way, and only difference is that B is voiced and P is unvoiced. So you'll see some examples like that when we look here at the what is phonetically acceptable. Okay, now what we want to do, and I'm going to go flip back and forth from Jalea's example to the directions. We're going to be comparing student spelling to the boxes right on the scoring grid at the bottom of the page. Okay, so as we look, this is where Jalea wrote the word nap, and you can see she put an N. So we're going to go down here, and N is the only phonetically acceptable option. If she put an N, she gets a check, and she did. For the middle sound and the ending sound, she left those blank, as she did in every example. If she had spelled nap either N-E-P, N-E-B, or in A-P or in A-B, we could have given her a check in either of those spaces. But you'll notice you can only choose one acceptable phoneme representation for each column. So she would only get 1 point for the middle. If she put either an A or an E, she'd get 1 point for the end if she put either a P or a B. So in this example, you see she got 1 phonetically acceptable letter, so that's 1 point. For the word kid, she put the letter B, and I asked her what sound she intended to represent, and she did say the B sound. So as we're looking, that I could have given her points for that if she had said the D sound, but you can see B is not a phonetically acceptable substitution for that ending sound. So even though she put it first, I wanted to give a chance to see if she had heard that D at the end. As she intended this, she did not get a point for beginning, middle, or end, so 0. Now going to log, she gets a point for L. For jet, she gets a point for J. And for gum, she gets a point for the G. All right, so what we're going to do to total this up is just total our check marks going this way, and this way. And then we can add across in this direction to get our total of 4 out of possibly acceptable 15 total points. And then if you want to, you can also add across in this direction to double check your math, add down here, and you should come up with the same answer, 4 out of 15. Okay? Now, the benchmark, you'll see, for the end of kindergarten is 12 out of 15. Now, the way we can look at this information on a classroom level is to use this emergent class record. And I have not filled this out for Jalea, but we would see, based on this spelling inventory, that she's got 4 out of 15. She's very strong. She got 4 out of 5 of her beginning consonants correct. So we would put her here in this beginning consonant category. Okay? That puts her in the late emergent stage. That means if we're to start working with her in a small group, that we would begin in the late emergent stage word sorts. If a student were to also have some final consonants, you'd see them here at the early letter name alphabetic stage, which is the next book, it's red. And then if they did some logical vowel substitutions, we'd even see them moving towards middle letter name alphabetic. And that is about as high as the kindergarten spelling assessment goes, because there are no possible digraphs or blends. If you had a student that you thought could do this, we would go ahead and give them the primary spelling inventory, which has 15 words. Okay, I think that's it. Ladies, thank you, and just email me if you have any questions at all. See you soon. Bye.